Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to London. There's a camera crews there, not for me. That's the Ecuadorian embassy, which is in the news today. But that's another story. YouTube's a bit ban happy at the minute. Let's not do the news live just yet. I'm at the back of Harrods, check it out. Knightsbridge station is just around that corner. The instantly recognisable facade of Harrods that you see in all the images, especially lit up at night with all the light bulbs on, is that way there. Thought I'd share with you a part I don't see very often, which is the back end. Although I think when this was built, looks like I don't know whether it would have been the front or not. It looks like a grander entrance around here, that's for sure. And there's a ladderay, macaron. Yeah, macaron. I always get mixed up with French macarons and the British macaroons. I like macaroons, I like macarons. But different things in different countries. But yeah, check out Harrods. A lot of people that have drivers, this is obviously the taxi rank and where people sit down, but a lot of people that have drivers, their drivers will be stationed outside the main entrance, it's just down here. So yeah, I guess it is one of the main entrances. It's got doorman and, well, all the doors have got doorman, but I think the one on the front they're to keep the hoi polloi out. Here they're to welcome the wealthy. This video and the previous one are going to be very much a behind the scenes of video that will probably come out next week. Check out the doorman. Thank you very much. So, if you have staff, driver, they can wait out the back if you come and collect the bags. Check out this. They're just advertising. A lot of people take pictures of the supercars and videos of the supercars around here. So they've obviously had theirs BMWs covered in stickers. Price of a couple of parking tickets. I'm sure they'll be happy for the advertising. Check out this though, ladderay cafe at the back. It's a little bit more relaxed here than around the front, that's for sure. Yeah, I'd say that was probably the original main entrance. Okay. Yeah, look. Those young chaps running around spotting supercars, isn't there? Lamborghini over there. I guess they're running around to take a photo of the i8s. Ladderay. Maybe I should be more interested in the i8s than the cake. They've actually had to put some council restraining order, I forget what they call it, some public restraining order. There's an area where they fine people for revving these supercars. There's a couple more here, look. Bentley, check that out. Probably doesn't come out too well on camera, but it's actually like a satin brushed gold. But yeah, they've had to put a restraining order on them for revving the engines too loud, annoying the residents. a lot of this section of Harrods here, I think, is entrance to apartments. Originally, I think a lot of the upper floors were apartments and they grew into it. It's going to get super busy when we get back out. It's busy enough around here. It's going to get super busy when we get out on the main street. I'll show you the front of Harrods. Yeah, look, here's the mansion entrance. Hans Mansions. Side door to Harrods. See, you got a doorman in green around the back. Security guards on that door for me. Another security chap. Yeah, so if you want the red carpet experience, I'll go around the back. Maybe I'll cross the road and give you the full look at the length of the store. Try and cross the road first. I don't know why people drive around here. It's murder. You get nowhere fast. People just get frustrated and do stupid things. Look, no one's going anywhere. Okay, full Harrods, full frontal view. They've actually got buildings either side of these main roads as well. I've supplied Harrods in the past, and there's like an underground, there's a building with underground links. The tradesman's entrance is a separate building. You go in there and then you have to go under one. It's only when the store's shut as well. You're only allowed in when the store's shut. It's a crazy big enterprise. You have no idea. Yeah, I think the goods entrance is that way, and then the human resources building is that way somewhere. I forget where. I drove there. After just saying don't drive me, I drove there. Okay, right, from Harrods, I'm going to head down to South Kensington. I don't know how far I'll make it on this live stream, we'll see. See if we can make it as far as the Natural History Museum now. Walking along here, I've said this on all my previous live broadcasts. If you're watching this live, it'll be a bit shaky. YouTube sorts, if you're watching it later, not live, YouTube sorts out the shakes in the few hours afterwards, after it's uploaded. Stabilises the footage a little bit when it's live. It's only as good as the phone's camera is, plus with the internet, it's a bit tricky. Hopefully when this next generation of iPhones comes out, it'll have image stabilisation on the smaller models. It's got it now on the Plus models, and the Samsungs have as well. Kind of don't want to switch to Android though, but might have to. Just for live. You can do it just for live. Let's give you a shot of Harrods there. Check out the skies though. We might get wet. The smell of the shisha, the mix of shisha and shawarmas, smells amazing. Looks like London. It smells like Arabia. I love the smell of it, but smoking them's a different story. A bit like cigars. It smells great. Doesn't make you feel great.
There with you now.
It's a few minute walk from Harrods down to South Kensington. I think if you come into Harrods, it's actually quite a nice walk, as long as it's not hammering down with rain. It's quite nice to walk from South Kensington if you get in the tube here, rather than going to Knightsbridge, which is just there about, I think it's just 1 block away. You've got Harvey Nichols, then the tube station, Harvey Nichols, and then Harrods. But if you come to South Kensington, which is down here, you've got the Natural History Museum, the Victorian Albert Museum, and behind that, the Science Museum. And you're getting off the beaten track there, but the Royal Albert Hall, if you keep going, but yeah, the Natural History Museum is cool to look at. There's some nice restaurants as well down here as well, but I'd rather sit in the restaurant, I'd rather sit in the restaurants outside the pedestrian bit of South Kensington station. There's some nice inexpensive mid-priced restaurants there, but it's a nicer spot than sat outside that main road for all these buses and whatnot. Okay, pretty typical spring day here. Very changeable. It's been raining, it's been sunny. First thing this morning, t-shirt weather. Then it's been spring, summer and winter all in one day today. And rained intermittently. Right now it's not too bad, it's not cold and it's dry, which I'll take over some of the other options we've had today. Check out this. Okay, we're coming up on the Victorian Albert Museum. Some of the entrances are just here. I think this is, you can just about see the edge of the V&A there. See it there, poking through the trees. Here we go. The red brick building there. A lot of the museums, the better museums here in London, are free. They just ask for donations. Well, when I say they're free, they're funded by the taxpayer. But yeah, they just ask for donations, and this is one of them, along with the Natural History Museum that's next door to it. Good broadcast live from there. They don't like photography. I'm pretty sure they won't like live broadcasting. Okay, looks like we've got a Pink Floyd exhibition on at the minute. Pink Floyd there, Mortal Remains. Iconic Entertainment Studios. Okay, 2 London icons there, red phone box, red double-decker bus. It's super windy right now, so I hope you can hear me. The wind is killer for these phones. Actually, just down here, there's a Natural History Museum, and there are tunnels under the streets. I guess in the same way I was saying, like there are ones from Harrods, their own buildings, linking their own buildings. There's one linking the Natural History Museum and the other museums to South Kensington Tube. Guy's getting a ticket for selling or roasting chestnuts. Doesn't look too bothered. It's quite a regular occurrence. Check out the not Victoria. This is the Natural History Museum. Got a guy playing the steel drums there. He's been there every time I've been here for months. And I was here at Christmas trying to film they have an ice rink here at Christmas, and I was trying to film the ice rink, and it's just the least festive music you could possibly have. You know, like summer carnival music over an ice rink. I mean, he's good at doing it and all, but it was the last thing in the world I needed for a Christmas movie. Sounds of the Caribbean. I'm going to call it a day here, I think, and head back, because I can see, I was headed down to the main entrance, but I don't know if you can see down there, they've got scaffolding up. So I'll give you that glimpse of that, and there's the main entrance looks pretty cool, but if it's scaffolded up, that's as good as it's going to get without scaffolding.
Wow, let's get him. Bring him.
Right, let's head down to South Kensington. Might get a coffee actually. There's a good coffee shop, Fernandez and Wells, down by the station. There's a few good restaurants as well. See if we can check out the pan player. Sound like we had Ed Sheeran on the pans. He's taking a break. He's got a permit. The shops there running out of tickets. If you come here and it's raining as well, there's a tunnel right beneath where I'm standing. The entrance is just here. You can see it down below here. Yeah, that subway underneath there. Tunnel leads to South Kensington station. Matching pair of G-Wagons there. Are they Brabus G-Wagons? I bet they cost a few quid. Imagine you buy the most expensive car you can find to be unique and they're 2 a penny. That's what happens in this part of town. Best we can do is buy an old banger. Be the only one with one. I don't know what that was all about. They're just happy to be whatever they're happy to be. Okay, right, this is South Kensington. Great spot for something to eat. We'll get some coffee. South Kensington, I'll show you where South Kensington Tube is. It's just around the corner. Run. Running's not going to help my image stabilisation issues. Yeah, check out the restaurants. Comptoir lemonade, sort of Middle Eastern food there, very good, great value for money. Casa Brindisa there, Spanish tapas. They've got a few all over town. I love it. That's probably one of my least favourite ones with branches though. I just say that because they've all got slightly different menus and I much prefer some of the others. Shop at Borough Market as well, it's phenomenal. Get takeaway hams, but yeah, check it out. That's where I'm going to go and get some coffee in a minute, Fernandez and Wells. Good sandwiches as well. That place there, featured in the video when they got pancakes in there. Kensington Creperie. It's pretty good. We've got here Honest Burgers, cafe there. But the one thing that isn't food, bookshop. Selling books about the Vienna. Quite interesting to see what the nightclub at the end of here, Bougie's, will become. There's, last I heard it was going to become burgers. I forget which ones. Five Guys. About to get a blast of live music. Yeah, it looks like Bougie's is already under reconstruction. There's a hotel just there as well, the Ampersand. I think the hotel's called the Ampersand. The restaurant might be called the Ampersand, but in the basement of it is quite a good restaurant as well, I quite like. I forget what the restaurant's called. Yeah, that's a useless piece of advice anyway, but there is a hotel just there, and either the restaurant or the hotel is called the Ampersand. There's a number of restaurants in it, it's the one in the basement I like. That's the hotel there. I can't make it out from the flags because it's folded. Yeah, I think the hotel's called the Ampersand Hotel. Restaurant's in the basement. Check it out over here.
Not in like a, you know what I mean?
Lamborghini garage there. Right, let's head back round to South Kensington and that was and get a coffee.
We went there once. Значит, это самое большое.
Okay, yeah, South Kensington station there. If you come into Harrods, it's not a bad walk past some major landmarks. And Harrods is full of restaurants and things to eat and drink, but you might find it a little bit more relaxed. Here, even before, well, I'd go to Harrods first. If you don't find anything you want in there, you can always come back here. It's unlikely you won't find something you like in there. Okay, right, I'm going to go here, Fernandez and Wells. There. They've got a few stores actually. There's one in Denmark Street. Quite like the one in Somerset House. It's a bit of a hidden gem. No one knows it's there. And yeah, I'm going to get a coffee. Might get something to eat as well. So I hope you enjoyed this trip to, where do we go? Harrods, the two museums, Victoria and Albert, and I forget this is a road. You can drive down it. It looks pedestrianised, but it's not. So yeah, Harrods, two museums, Victoria and Albert, Natural History, South Kensington Church, now Fernandez and Wells. So until next time, toodles.